Welcome to the test of the Sony PlayStation 4. Mainly we are talking about the menu today since the games, we already have some videos about that online. So this is now the final version. We have been playing around with it for a few days and you can see here we have 6 games here from the PlayStation or Sony team. There's the console, then we have here some boxes and of course the TV doesn't have a signal right now since the device is off. I want to show you how long it takes for a cold boot. And so it's on a complete power off right now, but there's also standby mode, which means it could even wake up faster. And especially if you wake it up with the PS Vita or something like that to use it over Wi-Fi. But right now all we can do is just wake it up with our already connected PS4 DualShock 4 controller. For the first time when you will turn on the device, you have to plug it in via a cable, micro USB cable, which is inside the box, so they know about each other which two devices should talk with each other, since of course your neighbor could have also a controller like this and then they could use your console. So the first time you really just have to plug in the cable, but right now all I have to do is press the PlayStation button. You can see the light here on the bottom turning on. It's a blue light, not too bright, and what I will do right now is of course go a little bit closer to the screen and we will show you all about the system that you have to know if you want to use it every day, or maybe every second day. So let me just get a little bit closer. There's no way right now to just stream or get out the picture over HDMI. I haven't found the box yet, but you can see when I turn on the device that we can just log into our user with the DualShock Wireless 4 controller. I'm the middle guy right now. User 1 would be something the press team created, but actually let me just choose myself. Or I could even choose a new user. I haven't set up a password, so if somebody is coming to you, they can just really use a brand new user, and then they have to start any game, of course, from the beginning, but they won't see what you have uploaded to the Live from PlayStation channel or where you have been surfing in the web. So this is the start screen that you will see when you log in. So we have the last 2 games that we were playing and a few apps that you have opened up, and also some other games that you have installed, since every game on the Sony PlayStation 4 is actually downloaded from the DVD to the device over Blu-ray, so you can play it also from your PS Vita or without the discs. But actually in most cases you need a disc, especially if you have bought it really not online but just in a box. So you can see here that they have a little disc sign on the bottom, but what you can also see here on the bottom is activities, the official site, and all kinds of information that you have, what you have been doing in the game, and you can also like it so others can see it, even on Facebook if you have connected on that, or on Twitter. And those are the main 2 right now that support actually the PlayStation 4. These are some games I've been playing. There's also an app, for example, Watch Ever or IGN that I could download right now, but there will be probably more apps in the future. And I can also just listen to unlimited videos and music if I have a subscription, of course. Especially with Music Unlimited, you can really use it like Spotify. So just look for any song or just play some kind of music and it will know what music will fit maybe next in your list. And we have also library, which I haven't yet figured out much yet what to do with, but there is the games that you have downloaded, or in my case just demos and add-ons, I can tell you about later. So before we continue with the games and apps here on the bottom, let's see what the second row has to offer. So we have the PlayStation Store, which we will go also in that in just a second. Let's see first here notifications, what you can see. Like for example that I've earned a trophy. We didn't have any invitations since we didn't find any other players yet on the PS4 network. Not because I'm unpopular, but because we haven't been looking much. Game alerts, also none. Right now we have here downloads, which as you can see is quite a few. 26 minutes ago, for example, Call of Duty just updated itself with 800 megs, so you should watch out if you don't have a flat rate on the internet that you tell the games maybe not to update themselves. But you can also see with the options button that I can just go here on anything and also just say delete but that means actually only it deletes the notification and not, of course, the game. So we could go in the friends list and the messages list, but as I said, there's nobody there in yet. Party mode means also that we can just find other players to play with. My profile, quite simple. We see again here the trophies that others will see if they look at me. They will also, I can see for myself what games I've been playing, which is quite weird that it's in French. I don't know why. The rest of the system is in English, but it tells me right now I've been playing Assassin's Creed in French. It's quite strange. Before we had actually even Japanese in there, so I think Sony's still doing some bug fixing. About me, my language is German, and I'm not sure if I can actually set up more languages, but you can actually edit your profile right here. Edit profile, which you will set up, of course, when you have a PSN network. It's for free. And you can also get a PlayStation Plus account, which means then you can play online. But I will tell you that again when we look at the store, since there's a lot of PlayStation Plus material in there. I don't know why it's loading so long. It's now in German again, which is again strange. But you can change your name, avatar, profile picture, about you or your languages, and it's already, yeah, you can select up to 3 languages here. So that's actually what I wanted to know, since I know more than one, as you guys probably know if you have been following me on YouTube. So trophies, you can see that I've played some games also, to be exact 3 of the games for a little bit longer while. And then also here settings, which is actually one of the main things that you should check out in the beginning when you buy a console, so you can check if Sony is handling your data properly with all kinds of texts. You can read through here. Then PlayStation Network, of course, you can activate that this is your primary PlayStation 4. You can delete the link or link with other services also, like, as I said, Facebook or Twitter. This could maybe again take a while, so I just cancel it, and you can of course sign out. Notifications, again, you can just deselect a few of them. Login settings, you can use, if you have a camera, your face. You don't only have to use a passcode. Parental controls, quite important to restrict some features, like for example playing DVDs or going to the internet for your kids, or if they can or cannot even actually use any level of apps. And I think this is quite strange. I can... there is already a parental control inside. Interesting. So I'm not even the administrator here, so I can't change the level right now, but yeah, it's quite strange. And I haven't actually checked out what sub-management means, so let's just see what happens. I think it's talking with the internet. Okay, I have to log in. Now you saw my spam email address. Application saved management is again quite interesting to see, or to just save your data that you have been playing really long hours of games on the console. You can just really save now all your data on a USB stick, or even online if you have a Plus account. System storage management, also important to see how much space you have left. Free space 306 gigabytes right now, since we have 5 games installed. We didn't capture anything, but there's of course also saved data. We could update our system, but there's no update right now. You can set up the network connection, Wi-Fi or non-Wi-Fi. You can set up the screen and the sound, like the video output, if it should be where it should go out. TV size for 3D view, resolution, also what your TV can do, and so on. Display area, key tones. PlayStation app connection. Now this is quite an interesting thing. I have connected my LG G2 right now, and you will see when we go into the browser why that is kind of handy. Also PS Vita, I already told you about that. Quite easy to set up, and then you can play on your PS Vita everything, or you can see anything that's on the PS4 without having to turn on the PS4 or the TV or the TV. Video playback, devices that are connected, like for example my controller. Can set up the volume on the speaker that is inside. disable vibration so the battery holds longer, and so on and so on. So there's really quite a few options here. We just go in all of these, then you can see here how it would look like, change date and time, change the language. There's a huge list of languages, but not too many. For example, Hungarian is not on here, but it's not that big of a country, so same goes for, you can see here multiple languages are possible for the keyboard, and the prediction that you will see in the browser when we go there. Power save settings also quite important too. For example, set the time after how many minutes the PS4 should turn off when you don't play a game anymore and you forgot to turn it off. And also here you see automatic downloads and uploads, you can turn that off. And actually you maybe need even a Plus account. Download, update, files for applications, interesting. Yes, so this is actually it from the settings. So let's just go out again and let's go to the more interesting parts like the PlayStation Store. My favorite part about this video, not since it's in German again, this is quite weird. Let's actually just go out quickly to the settings and see why it's in German. Did I have German? No, it's English. Let's say input language. Don't want German. Here we go. But probably knows that my PlayStation Network account is from Germany, so that's why it's in German. Anyway, I will still guide you through here. So we have, when we just go here to the right, you will see that you can buy KILLZONE, for example, Shadow 4 for $59.99. And you don't have to buy it in the store, so this is quite nice. You can also look at screenshots, you can get a season pass for extras like add-ons. And it would be 40 gigabytes and 300 megabytes. So that's 1/10 of the space on your hard drive. So 10 KILLZONEs would fit on a PlayStation 4. Otherwise, FIFA, even more expensive. All kinds of other games are available. If you go here, you can see again the prices of the PlayStation Plus, which have a lot of extras inside. Like you have some space to store your things online, and you get even Contrast for free right now, and Resogun. So that's quite cool. So it's really worth it to buy, at least for a month, I think, your PlayStation Plus account. And you can also watch movies and listen to music. And if I go up here to the games directory and we go to the filters, you can go here not only to genre, when it was released in the last 7 days, in the last 30 days, or it will be released in the future, 24 games for example. Or you can look at add-ons or demos. There's actually 3 demos here, but you can also go here to the price, and you have free, under €1, under $3 I would say right now, and you can also go all the way to up of over $60. So you can look for cheap games, like for example I only look at free games right now since I have some that already are in the box. So I downloaded the PlayStation for FIFA 2014 edition. There is also here an add-on which is only for Plus members for Assassin's Creed. You can try out the Marvel series here, but I already have it installed anyway. And we have also NBA Live 14 that I could just download here with 9.3 gigabytes. I said yes, so then you can see that it's loading a little bit, checking my internet connection I guess, and my account and everything. And now it says it's downloading the demo. It says it also on the top, added to downloads. You can just go back. It will take a while till it downloads, and yeah, these are all the 6 things that are for free right now here in Germany, but you can also check out the main titles here on top. They are told us that are probably quite good, and there's of course also just PlayStation Plus things here where, for example, free Resogun. Or I can just try PlayStation Plus for 14 days. Also quite nice. I will do that in probably soon. But when you want to do that, you have to add your credit card, since it will continue the PlayStation Plus, I think, when you don't say you don't want it anymore. But it's again all in German. So yeah, it says it right at the end. Yes, so if you don't tell Sony you don't want it anymore, you have to pay €6.99 for the next month. But there is not only games, as I said, so if you go all the way back here on the beginning, there is games, movies, TV series, music, all apps. So there's also apps that you can download, your library. So you can see these are 3 things right now. My videos, I haven't done any videos yet, and you can also add promotional codes. So if you go, for example, to, let's go to series. I've been looking at movies now for a while. Let's just see. I don't want genre. Actually, I want, if you want to go to filter, it's interesting. You can only go to genre. Or just look at anything that's already on here. Go to a season, and then I could buy any episode for €2.99, 1 episode in HD, or €2.49 in standard resolution. Let's just sort here. Let's go from low price to high price. If there's no price filter available, let's see, 51 series, and yeah, the lowest price was actually already 2 Broke Girls. American Horror History Season 1, again, same prices. But there's also 3 things available, free, as you could go here at movies, price for free. There will be exactly 1 movie, that's the casting movie of Wolverine, which I have bought before, but for, of course, no money, so it's not really buying then, I guess. As you were able to see, it's checking the internet connection, so I probably think that you can't play the movie without Wi-Fi or without internet connection. But when you play it, it will continue where you have been playing. And if I just pause it, you can see it on the bottom. It tells me which channel the sound is, what options I have, for example, to play. Like I can just go here to the right, and then it goes here through the movie. Go to the left, and then I can go skip backwards, and if I hit X, it just continues playing where I stopped it. This is a 10-minute movie, it's for free, so you can try out your full HD TV. The content is not always HD, so I was wondering in the beginning if it's really HD, but the first Wolverine movie is an old movie, so it's alright that it's not in HD, but here this is really quite sharp when the people are playing. Do I really want it to stop? Yes, I want, and this was actually it from the store, so let's just go out here again. You can see that the NBA Live is still downloading. You can see the little bar there, but while it's downloading, I could also play here something different. But what I want to do right now is actually show you guys the internet browser, since that is one of the more interesting things, again, that you can use on a PlayStation 4 without a premium account. For the Xbox, you need to pay money to use the Internet Explorer, which is quite strange. So this is our Hungarian tech site. You can just hit the trigger on the right, and then you go to the next tab, and if you hit it to the right again, you see some web pages that we have opened up before, frequently used, or you can just go here down to the bookmarks, which are right now empty, but I could, for example, open the official PlayStation.com website. Now, till now it seems quite easy, but how do I put in some names, or just search terms? For example, you just can press the triangle button, and then you can go here to the search form, or you go then to the left, and then you hit the X button, where a little keyboard appears, where you have some short keys, like for example the square would be to delete everything, or yeah, you can go left and right with the L1 and right one, and so on and so on. You can see it on the screen, but if you have the PlayStation app, your life's getting a lot easier, since you can just open that up. I can connect to the PlayStation 4. I know it's not sharp right now, but all I have to do then is go to the second screen here. It's a free app. You can get it from the App Store on Android. And as you can see, it's not a Sony smartphone, so all I have to do now is open up the keyboard and start typing, for example, techhive.com, our US colleagues. Now I misspelled something, but you can see everything I type on the screen. Hit the enter key, and it's opening up the website. So this is how the companion app works, but you can also use it for tapping with enter. Swiping is navigation. You have a back and options and the PlayStation button, but it's actually all it. So I could go with the mouse to the up and down and left and right, but it doesn't work that way. As you can see, I can just move my hand here around the device, and the mouse is really quite slow. It's a lot better to use just the trackpad here, even though that's also quite fast right now. So the fastest way is really to just use your analog sticks to up and down. You can hit the square button to make it go full screen. And then you can see here a nice little web page where you can just go here through the content and yeah, look some things up. You can go here to the left again to go to the last tab. And also if you hit the triangle button, you can see again we can search for something, or we can also just type in a new web address. This was the search, and now what happens if you, for example, have a new game and you put it in. So I have here the new Killzone Shadowfall. Let me just slide it in the bay. I'm not pressing anything. As you can see, a little icon appears on the left, and it will do the same thing as NBA does right now, but a lot faster. Let me hit the X button. Since it's copying not all of the contents, but some of the contents onto your hard drive. So you can play the game also while it's installing, you could say, but you have to still wait about a minute, half a minute. This is a big game, as you heard, 40 gigs that are on the Blu-ray probably now also that it has to copy. So you're just copying 1 or 2 gigs, so you can play the first level, and while you play that, it's of course copying the rest. And while that's loading, what you can do is look at the community, look at recent activities, buy a season pass, look at related items, and so on and so on. So you can really just here, for example, check out the game manual, which is probably on the web. Or what you can also do is play a different game while that is loading. So we can open up the FIFA demo and you can just play something else while that first game is installing. So that's really quite cool about the console. But you have this game, as you can see, it's a demo. Since we downloaded it, that's why it only works. If it's another game that requires a DVD or a Blu-ray, that is not possible. So I could just select English now. Then it's loading again. And then there is some trailers and so on and so on. But what happens when I press now the PlayStation button? Nothing. Okay, of course EA Sports built in a little trigger that you can't go out to the menu, but now actually we went out again and Killzone is ready to game, so we can just hit the X button, start the game, and now we will be probably asked if we want to close the FIFA demo. We will say okay, and then we can just play Killzone now, which is of course also loading. And that's for another video. This was the full you could say review of the Sony PlayStation 4. We showed you all the features that are available right now, or most of the features. You can see there's still some strangeness going on. Online things will be shown in another video in the future when we have a PlayStation Plus account. Till then, till next time, peace and again. My name is Balazs. This was Endeavor TV with the Sony PlayStation 4 menu, and you could also say full review. Till next time, peace and again.